Welcome, Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is your month ahead reading. This is a timeless message, but we are about to move into Beltane season in the Northern Hemisphere. So April 30th, May 1st, we celebrate Beltane. And it's the midway point between spring equinox and summer solstice. And during this time is about celebrating the ripening of whatever you're flowing your energy towards, your passions, your goals. It's about tapping into the abundance of the universe and tapping into your power as a creator. This message will find you when you are in your own personal, internal Beltane season. So what we're looking at today is the energy that you are cycling out of and what you're shifting into. And then we have a couple of tarot cards to kind of clarify for you, like how ready you are for the energy that's coming up. And Aquarius, my friend, it feels like you have been through some shit. The energy we're cycling out of is boundaries. It's often a difficult thing to learn. How to, first of all, acknowledge your energy, acknowledging your power, and understanding that your energy is currency. Giving away too much of yourself, compromising too much, putting your needs and desires aside for the sake of other people. It feels like you may have had some relationships that recently ended because of people that just would not respect your boundaries. And it may or may not have been you setting the boundary and then people walking away. It feels more like you got to the point where you had enough and you were like, I don't want to do this anymore. And in that separation from those people or the situation, it could also be a job where they just wanted more hours, more work harder, work faster, be more productive, just taking and taking and taking your energy, just sucking it away from you, feeding off of your energy. And you are like, okay, yeah, sure. Yes, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that until you can't do it anymore. Getting to a place where your energy is completely tapped out and you were completely drained. You may have been through burnout, maybe a little bit of a shutdown. I'm really drawn to this bubble where you kind of had to go back into your energy and kind of maybe separate yourself from all of the things in life, taking time off, maybe living alone for a while or being unemployed for a while. It feels like what it really was a reset, but for you it probably felt like rock bottom. It probably felt like losing everything that you had built. Along with that energy, though, was the Sun. So we have two cards here. We have the Sun and we have the Magician. The Sun feels like kind of the reason for these boundaries. You have a brightness. You have a brightness that people will take advantage of if you don't set boundaries. And you have this ability. It feels like you're a person that is maybe part of a community or leading a community. Maybe you are some kind of influencer or streamer, something where you're putting yourself out there. And if you haven't gotten the results that you were looking for, or it hasn't grown the way that you wanted it to, it feels very much like it was because You weren't ready for that next level because your boundaries were not in place. So you had to go through this growth period of honoring your boundaries and honoring your energy before anything else, before you try and offer more of your time, more of your energy, more of your expertise, things that come naturally to you and feel like they wouldn't cost that much energy. They really do, and that's what you've just been through. Also in the sun, we tap into source power, source energy, where it's just like flowing. It's flowing through you, and it feels like that was part of the reason why you're like, yeah, you can take it. You can take all of my energy. That's fine. But got to a place where you couldn't take it anymore. You couldn't do it anymore. The point of that was learning the boundaries, because what is coming up next for you, we have Rowan. And this is about protection. This is about coming out of the space where you were a little bit afraid of being seen, because you know that you have this powerful light. You know that you have a lot to offer. There's a little bit of energy in the solar plexus too, of really like identifying with your self-worth. Coming back to a place where, or getting to a place where you've never been before. This wasn't something that you forgot about. It wasn't like you gave away your power. It's like you never realized that you had it to begin with. Like you genuinely want to be of service. You genuinely want to help. You genuinely want to do the most for people. But people take advantage of that. And in the creation of this boundary, in the creation of this bubble, it's like you remembered that other people have their own power. Other people have their own light. They don't have to feed off of yours. They have their own. And allowing them to like feed off of your energy is actually disempowering to them. Feeling like they need your energy in order to survive or thrive is disempowering. It is not being aware of the fact that they have their own inner power and own inner light that they have to learn to cultivate to be self-sustaining. But you wanting to grow and wanting to shine brighter and wanting more for yourself, we have the Magician, the energy that's driving you forward. Like you want big things for yourself. You know that you have what it takes. You know that you have all of the resources that you need. But there's this element of the bigger you grow, like the more like shade you attract. Like the brighter the sun, the darker the shade or something. It feels like there's a phrase that you use or something like that. But I think it boils down to haters. Like anytime there is this big, beautiful, powerful, bright energy, there's always going to be a darkness that wants to come and like feed off of it or extinguish it. And you having the full arsenal of resources, skills, wisdom, balance, awareness is what's leading you forward. It's what's driving you forward. And now you are in a place of feeling protected. Rowan is really about protection, knowing that you are divinely guided every step of the way. And we have these like little, these are fae. These are little trickster, mischievous, like, and they're even shadowy. Like, in practical terms, like they'd be trolls. They'd be haters putting like shitty comments on your postings and being like, oh, what do you think you know? And you were not in a place to maintain your balance with that kind of coming at you. The other thing that happens though in this bubble of protection was that you learned that it doesn't matter. like whatever they have to say, the number of people that are benefiting from you shining your light so bright far outweighs the number of people that want to tear you down. And I think that's going to be the core of our message, like over the next month. That might be like your practice is showing up anyway. Detaching from that fear, because the reality is, if you are afraid of something happening, it's almost inevitable. Like if you're carrying with you the vibration of fear of something, that the fear of the thing is the same vibration as the thing. So if you can like rest into a place of like knowing that you are protected and that these kind of silly energies don't matter. Like, yeah, they might come up, they might pop up in your comments, they might pop up in your stream and like talk some shit, and you fully can just sit in your power and not even acknowledge them. Like, you don't even have to acknowledge them. We are in the day and age, I'm really drawn to the sword here. We're really in the day and age where you can block whoever you want. Block them. They don't need, like, if that's what you've learned. Like, there might have been like an element of people pleasing or not wanting to be harsh, not wanting to piss anybody off. But at the same time, like, you're creating a safe space. So it really feels like you are some kind of influencer where you're creating a community. Trying to build a community and build a safe space for like-minded people. And these little mischievous fae just kind of get in the way, but that will dwindle. The brighter you shine, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Indefatigable. I don't know what that means. Is that even? I don't think that's a word. Hold on. Unthwarted. What are these words coming? Showing up and not getting discouraged. The more that you continually show up and bring your light and shine bright without getting discouraged by these kind of like tricky little energies, the bigger your community will grow. And if it's not a community, because I know that that's not for everybody, but it's like that in everyday life. Like when you show up at your job and you are like dreading a conversation with somebody because you know they talk shit or they complain or whatever, like it almost inevitably will come to that. Like you'll have to come face to face with that because you're afraid of that. If you can trust that you are in a new place, in a more centered and grounded connection to your power, more anchored in your energy, you realize that you have the ability to send a new vibration into that conversation. So when that person comes to you and is like blah 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 blah, you can completely change the subject. You can completely catch them off guard and talk about something that is actually delightful and fun. And they will either, one, participate in that conversation with you, and then you've just changed everything, or they will be like, what are you talking about, and walk away. Both cases, you win. That's what you've been learning. That's how you're going to be navigating. It's not shutting everybody out. It's not stopping the haters from hating. It is learning how to infuse the situation, like spin it into something delightful. It is, instead of matching their anger or their hate with more hate and trying to stop it, it is shining your brightness right back in their face and being like, let's talk about something that we both love. Let me tell you about something great. Did you see this amazing thing about whatever? Like, you have the ability to change that, and what that is transmutation. That's actually taking their shitty vibration and raising it just by what you say. That's just you with the intention of, you're not gonna fuck with my vibe. Nobody is gonna fuck with my vibe. You can say what you want, but I'm going to say what I want right back, and it's nothing like you. I'm not going to come down to your level. I'm going to shine bright anyway. So, Same goes for your relationships. If you have people in your life, especially people that it's like an everyday, so maybe it's your family, maybe it's siblings, people that you interact with regularly and have like settled into that vibration of like, they're just in a bad mood. They just want to talk shit about everything. And you're like, but I'm trying to shine. I'm trying to shine bright and I'm trying to like be my high vibe self. And they keep bringing me down. No, you are in a place now where they can't bring you down. You know how to infuse love into that situation and turn their hate, either like dissolving it, like stopping it kind of almost as soon as it comes your way, like just with your words, just with your open heart and your positive intention, it like hits the wall and just like slides right off. And they're like, huh. And like, if you do that enough times, it really only takes a couple of times before they stop slinging shit at you. And you're like, oh, that wasn't so hard. That wasn't so bad. It works that way in one-to-one conversation. It works that way on a broader scale for you. So whether it's you pulling together a community of thousands of people, or it's just you and your besties at dinner and you needing to bring your full brightness, your full shiny, bright, high vibe energy into whatever conversation that they're trying to pull you down into, the energy is the same. You are protected by your open heart, by your positive intention, by your genuine love for life. And plot twist, it gets contagious. So even these tricky little fairy energies that are just trying to like be shady and like talk shit, it doesn't go anywhere. Like they're like, they don't have any fun because you're not playing their game. So it's like you're teaching as you do this. And that extends into a broader message, which we don't have time for. We're not going to get into. But very specific stuff. Thank you, Aquarius. I hope that was helpful. I love you so much. And please take care. Till next time.